Hi everyone, how are you all? This is Anya and you're watching channel Light Goats, and today we're going to talk about letting go of spiritual perfectionism and healing the ego mind. Before we dive into the channeling, it is now the end of July, and as we said in the channel update, the energy update, um, we are well underway now in these energies. So I wanted to tie this in with our today's topic because the energies are quite intense, and I want to bring this a bit together with today's topic because it just fits so well. So when we talk about awakening, most of the people who have an awakening are super excited and they find this new sense of purpose in their life, and suddenly you have this real hope that feels real good to be on the path and to discover all these new things. And um, I remember my own awakening in the beginning. This all made so much sense, and I just loved being on the way. And I could not imagine ever having these moments where things became difficult. But now that I'm on this path for quite some time, and I know when I look around in the community, right now we feel this very intensely because after the relatively smooth start in July with the energies, I feel now the pace is going up. And you all, with the new moon in Cancer, might feel a bit going through the winger. Yeah. So um, emotional stuff is coming up, especially for those who have an astrology sign like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Um, Sincere compassion with you guys. And yeah, recently I just wondered about these things that once you've started the process of an awakening, you really cannot go back. And I feel I need to put this kind of warning out to those who are very new on this path. There is a moment when you cannot forget these things and you cannot go back. And it does not necessarily get easier in your life. I can tell you that. And many, many of us light workers feel that right now, I think. And there comes a bit of this emotional depression, and a lot comes from this topic that we have today, the spiritual perfectionism, the constant fight with the ego mind. So I know I should not be judgy, I know I should not think like that, I know I should approach this with this kind of mindset, but I don't have it, to be honest. I feel tired today. I feel worn out from many practices or just my everyday life as a human being. And this is what people feel like, and I don't know how to combine this. How can I bring this kind of thing together and be the kind of person I want to become? And this was a question in the channeling that we are looking at today. So, right now, the energies are taking up speed. You should feel like you're working through stuff a lot. Some of you might feel like they're in between chapters. So, maybe you just left a job and you're looking for a new one, and you really don't know how to figure this all out and what's coming next. Maybe you just got out of a long, long relationship you felt isn't right for you anymore, or you just cut ties with relatives you feel like don't belong in your life anymore. You started thinking new thoughts. You started having a practice and changing very quickly, having a huge transformation yourself. And this is all bringing up old wounds, old traumas from childhood, maybe even from other lifetimes, maybe even from cosmic lifetimes. And yeah, so this is why you might all feel a bit deflated. And I want just to talk about this spiritual awakening is not always a funny and sunny path. So do not feel bad if you are in this spot right now. Do not feel bad. You do not do anything wrong. This is just going the way. And in the channeling, the guides pointed out that life is about that, the process of going the human way, of having this human experience, including all of those low vibrational energies. And there is a divine side to all of these lower energies that we label maybe anger, frustration, um, not so nice thoughts like envy, jealousy, you know. There is a divine aspect in all of that. And can we bring the light towards this? And how can we do this? And it should not always have to be very complicated. Sometimes the key is just to accept this is a human process, yeah? So when we come into this incarnation, they said there is a pool of possibilities. It is very neutral for them. They don't view things as good or bad. They just accept, and you as a soul are also accepting of this fact. This is my pool of possibilities on how I can react, how I can feel in the life when I have a human experience or human incarnation. And everything is possible. What happens to me when I'm in the body, when I am on earth, I don't know yet. I just have to be open and accepting to all of it and embrace all of it. And this is what I want to talk or share with you guys today. Be accepting of yourself as much as you can. This is the first step towards love and compassion towards your own self. And once you can accept, or once we can all accept ourselves with our little flaws and realize they are not truly flaws, they're just our conditioning, our upbringing, and how we approach this experience. These are our learning fields, right? Then we are a good step ahead on the path of awakening, on the path of, transcendence, if you want. And this is what it's all about. And this will make our lives easier, the accepting part of it. So if this feels all a bit much to you and you're just starting out the journey, travel up, look back, and really contemplate if you want to continue on this path. It's not going to get easy, I can tell you. There will be moments of despair, and you cannot unknow what you've learned on this way. So, at your own risk, enter, please, and step into the new channeling. Always be aware that there is no bad side to the human. We do not label these things like you do. To us, this is a neutral state of experience. When we view you, any human, on their way through their incarnations, even before you go down into the body, you, and we are already aware what can happen, that you will operate within the vibration of Earth. The vibration of Earth acts on a different timeline than up here, in these upper frequencies, in these upper planes. The things that happen on Earth quite naturally, that you have these mood swings where you feel very high in the morning and very low an hour later because something minuscule happens in your day and lets you affect so much that this inner child, the child human that will always stay vulnerable to these frequencies. This is always acting first. It's your first barrier, yeah? The first barrier to receive these thoughts and emotion. It will translate them very selfishly into the first emotion that comes to mind. And it's always centered around survival. It's always centered around oneself only, concerning the human self, concerning, never thinking about why did this happen, who was involved in this, how do the others feel, are they maybe upset as well, did maybe no one want me to feel like this. The childish self, the vulnerable self will not think like this. So this will affect your inner core very quickly. And it takes training, willpower, and a predisposition also maybe to be inclined to teach this human self, sit back, take a breath, let's consult together, because you consist also of the other ones. You consist of many personal traits, many personal aspects of yourself, and the older you get, you're much more aware of them. You add to your story and you add these aspects to yourself. An older you will be able to handle disappointment, frustration very differently than a very young you. The more you progress through your incarnation, the more nuanced your answer will be, yes? But sometimes it's a triggering point, it's a triggering moment, and you will take it as a child. You will be facing these emotions with your child self first. But on our plane, in these upper planes, general speaking, well, there is not so much of these mood swings happening because our perception is simply different. And we are on different timelines connected to different vibrational frequencies, connected to different energies. Our energy is not the one of duality so much, but of unity and purpose. And sometimes also we have our learning fields, we have our spots where we need to work on, we have our learnings. We're also transcending. We're also awakened to new things. We're not better than you. We're just different. We're on a different stepping stone in the river. That's all. But let's get back to your ego minds and how can you handle them? So from our viewpoint, when we look at you and when you plan your incarnation, you know you will operate on earth. You will operate within this human body and the human mind. And these can tickle out very different emotions out of you. Might lead to very different decisions that you would do otherwise. And this is all accepted beforehand and from us during your incarnation, while we look at you, while we follow your path. We are accepting of the fact that you will act within this range of emotions and you will act on those emotions within this range of action. So while to you it seems like sometimes a very bad day because you screamed at your wife or you screamed at your loved one, to us it is simply a possible solution. This can happen on earth. This is a human experience. Sometimes they scream, they act out their anger and frustration in violent ways. And it's accepted not only as a behavior or an outcome, it is accepted as part of your experience, as part of your evolution. Sometimes they need to be the lower vibrational frequencies because they do all have a divine aspect to them, right? So when you think of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, they do have also in your world the duality of the good one and the bad one. You think of an Egyptian goddess, an Indian goddess, any goddess actually. There's always the one that gives and provides and nurtures. And then there is the other side of her, the darker side, the side of the night, and that burns and is angry and is offering catharsis. The phoenix aspect, burning down and creating anew. in many, many days, when you have these different emotions, when you have outbursts of some kind, you are acting like you're programmed. You're not fully there. Later on, you will think, oh, I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I did that, actually. I was just in the moment and the emotions took over. And now I regret it. And I've done and said things I would rather have not. But you will also feel deeply calm in a way, maybe, or deeply tired, or not so agitated like before, maybe. Not so bottled up. So you have explored these vibrations, you have explored the ego mind in a different way than you normally would like to. And it has given you release. So maybe you have said things and done things you would like to take back. But if you think deeper on this, would you like to take back what you said and did, or how you said it and did it? Think on that. You have probably executed and told the other one, no, I will not have it. For example, you scream at someone using foul language, right? And maybe even use violence. So you will later on think, I should not have used violence and I should not have said this particular word. But it was okay for me to act upon this feeling of, no, you're crossing a border here. So view the ego mind and view those low vibrational energies not as bad in themselves. They belong to the duality of your world. This is the range of emotions you need to experience. You come here not to suppress them, please. Do not suppress. The aim is not to suppress or annihilate the ego mind. The ego mind belongs to you, and it will always. Rather integrate it into your whole being. Integrate it. And in order to integrate it, you must love it first. How can you love your ego mind? Accept it. Be accepting of your own self. You did not come here as an ascended master. You did not come here as the perfect human being. You did come here as you. You have chosen this ego mind specifically and what it will whisper in your ear. But mastering the ego mind is a task you may strive for, but it will never include killing it. You're allowed to have all those feelings. You are allowed to have all those emotions. Whether you will act on them in this way or another way is up to you. And there lies the beauty in deciding each day, each moment. Will I want to go up? Will I stay here? Will I take a route? Will I want to go down? Everything is allowed. What will make you feel better in the end? That's the question. We greet you in love. And to us, you're all very lovable creatures, no matter what. We do not judge you. Please do not judge yourselves. Do not judge the other one. Always view the whole circumstance. Accept the fact that you do not have it easy in your life. And if this is true for you, it is true for the other one. You're a child of God. But if you're a child of God and love, it's true for the other one. You know that throughout your lifetime, you do many things you feel not comfortable with. You wish I could take back. I wish I would not have said these things. I wish I would not have done these things. I was too hard to my child yesterday. And I wish to do different today. And all the other ones who are doing this incarnation with you, they experience the exact same thing. Please be aware of that. They experience the exact same things. The beauty lies in this realization that you are all here in different bodies, yes, but you all belong to one consciousness. Find your way back into the way of Christ consciousness, the consciousness of this earth, the union, the love, the brothership. In this we greet you, my love. In this we greet you.